So next I'll talk a little bit about our computer science Compro program, the format, and how it works in the classes and curriculum. Let's go over and review the details of the actual academic program and its content. Well, first of all, almost all of this information is easily available online at our Compro website, and you can look up anything that you might miss or may not understand. And also, as we'll point out at the end, we have a very strong admissions team who's always online and available to help you. You can always just email or call us. This program has gotten very popular, and although we're a fairly small university, we probably have 1,500 or so full-time equivalent undergrad and graduate enrollments. This program has grown to be one of the 5 largest in the U.S., largest MSCS programs. How can that be? How can such a small university, a small private university, grow to have one of the largest and most successful programs in MSCS in the United States? And the answer is just because it's such a unique combination of features, as I've gone over before. So we have students mostly coming from other countries, and you'll see why, in fact, this has such great international appeal. Well, the program structure, as I said, is a unique combination of these 3 things: this development of creativity and intelligence, this advanced graduate study and the master's degree, and then professional work experience. And how do we do that? We combine 3 things. We combine on-campus study, the working practicum, and distance education. Okay? And this combination of work and study is not an academic impact as much as it's a practical impact. It makes for very easy entry finances. We'll show what that means. And also long-term earnings over the program as well as after. So the program begins with full-time on-campus studies. And so that means that for about 8 months, students study in a traditional on-campus with their faculty and in laboratories for their labs, so on. And then you complete your coursework through online distance education while you're working full-time in an advanced IT position. And again, this is not a student internship or a summer job. It's a full developer placement at one of these companies. It's the same curriculum as on campus, and in fact, we record it in our campus classes, and then DE faculty use video lectures, text, and internet to provide support for that. So here's what the structure looks like. Well, you're probably most familiar with a typical semester system. Typically 10 courses for a graduate curriculum in the U.S., 33 units, 3 units per course. Take 5 courses one semester, 5 the next. The end of every semester is all of the exams, projects. Very stressful time. Everything has to be finished in that 1 week. First thing we do is we flip that on its side. We use what's called the block system. Only 2 or 3 other universities do this. You study 1 course at a time. It makes it very modular. Of course, software, we know about modularity and the benefits, and we'll see another one in a moment. You study 1 course at a time. So in 1 month, you study full-time with that faculty and all the students in your group. So group projects, group focus, morning and afternoon, all week, 5.5 days a week, 3.5 weeks. This is much more like a real professional setup. You don't go to IBM and say, I'll work for an hour on Monday, then maybe an hour, and maybe, that part-time. And also for you, at the end of every course, you're able to focus on just that 1 course. So all of your exams and projects and student presentations, everything, then you move on to the next course. This also allows for longer sequences of courses to develop more advanced knowledge, studying perhaps introductory, intermediate, and advanced things. 3 courses in a row, whereas with a semester system, not possible without extending for a whole nother semester. Well, now we have this standard block system, which would be 1 year for the 10 courses, and we do, in fact, offer that, but that's not the co-op program, not the Compro program. So what we do is for Compro, we split this into 2 parts. We have approximately the first 6 courses on campus, and then the last 4 in distance education. You're not on campus anymore, you're out in some city working in the U.S. And the name for that is CPT, Curricular Practical Training. That's a technical visa term in the U.S., meaning you don't need a separate visa. All of this work is part of your academic program, supervised by and with the university and the faculty. So now you start with this 6 months, 6 courses, 8 months on campus, and that means 8 courses, 8 months, because you might start, might be some vacation, some additional course at the beginning, something like that. Then you go out and you get a job. And You get a job. We don't hire you. We don't, because different students want to work in different places, different locations, different businesses, different areas, some in web, some in development, some in system programming, some in UI, different, all kinds of different things. So you you choose the companies you want to work with. And then you go and you work in that. So this CPT, this is the full-time job placement. You're working there in some company. But you haven't finished your academics, so you finish that through this distance education. 4 courses left. Each full-time 1-month course takes 4 months part-time into DE, so 4 courses, that's about 16 months. That means that the overall program is not a 1-year program anymore. It's a 24 to 30-month program to complete the degree. And at the end, then, what do you have? You have completed your academics, you have your graduate degree, you have 2.5 years of professional work experience at a U.S. company, and you have all of the finances and income from that, and you have this growth of intelligence and knowledge from your program. It's a wonderful program, and it's a wonderful putting together of all these elements. And there's only one catch, one problem, and that's money. Isn't that always a problem? Money, the financial challenge. The idea is that graduate education in the U.S. is very expensive. So a typical degree at a regular university, another university, might be $40,000, $60,000, $80,000 for a professional or MBA or engineering degree. Our university, we have the block system, but still you have to pay tuition. So we charge a little less because we're a smaller university, but still you would have to pay at the beginning and finish your degree. So here you pay, you have to come up with $60,000, $80,000, and then at the end try and get a job and work and pay off that loan. So what do we do? What's the solution? Well, really, one way of looking at it, there's not a problem. In the big picture, we know that you're going to make a lot of money because demand is so high for technical computing degrees, salaries are very high, and hiring is very quick. So you're going to have plenty of ability to pay off these educational fees, but you just don't have it at the beginning. So, of course, in computer science, we call this a bootstrapping problem. You have what you need later, but you need it now to get started. So what's the solution? Solution is us. We bootstrap you. We provide financing for you to take this program and make it possible. And how does that work? Well, first of all, we have a very low initial payment. So instead of $40,000, $60,000, $80,000, it's $5,000 to $7,000 typically, and even lower in some countries depending on the financial structure of that country. Could be up to $3,000 reduction. And then you take these courses on campus, and then you go out again, and when you start your job practicum, we have an arrangement with a local bank. And that bank, normally you wouldn't be able to get a student loan. U.S. students get federal and government and bank loans because they're U.S. International students can't get any of that. But we have this special arrangement with this financial institution that because you're working with us and through us, they will give you that financing. And that then pays off the rest of your fees because you've paid a small amount here, and our program costs, let's estimate it, $40,000. It could be a little more, a little bit less. And if you've paid, let's estimate, average $5,000 at the beginning, there's still $35,000 somewhere that has to pay for your classes and your dorms and your food and everything in your labs. So when you start your job, you're going to have this, you're going to be working full time. And average starting salaries are between $82,000 and $90,000. They range from $80,000, $90,000, $100,000, but let's take an average number of $90,000. So while you're finishing your courses in DE, you work and then you take that money and that high salary, you're able to pay back your program educational loan costs to the bank. Okay? And let's just run a couple of quick numbers. That let's say you make, let's even take a low number. You get a job making $82,000. So you work for 2.5 years, let's say 2 years, 2 times 82,000, 164,000. This is pre-tax, pre-living, just gross income. And you owed 35,000, so 180,000, 184,000 minus 35, let's make it 34, is $150,000 that you have for your support and living and wherever you live, and your car and your food and your housing and your boat and your airplane, whatever it is that you do. Okay? So what's the result? The result is that you complete your MS degree after this period of time. You have substantial U.S. work experience and the ability to pay off all or most of your program fees and still have some savings. depending on how you like to manage your money. So that's it. If you understand this structure, this is the algorithm. This is what the program structure looks like. And online on our website, we have calculators that can help you go through the details of what your finances would look like. Well, this is a MSCS program. You must recognize the names of most of the courses that we would have, and those courses then map into the graduate curriculum and other both electives and specializations. Our specializations include software development and big data and web enterprise programming. Those are two of the tracks that we have that mostly focus on. Our faculty are top-level faculty from PhD universities in the U.S. and around the world, most of them, and some master's programs with substantial work experience. And faculty might go out and work again at E-Trade and Google and Apple and so on for 4, 5, 6 years and come back to tell us and teach the students what's really going on at these companies right now in the world. Okay? Students work throughout the U.S. As I said, you choose where you want to work. You enter with the companies. We have a very strong placement office, and they teach you how to do, we do professional resume service. We have a 3-week seminar on it. You have a month or 2 on campus under their support to find a job. And over 1,000 companies have hired our jobs. Some students want to work at some famous big place. Oh, I want to go to the U.S. and work at Disneyland or Google or Apple. But there's many, many other companies in all sizes and locations. Big company, you see a little part of a large product line. Small company, you see the full range of development. So lots of things, lots of choices, lots of opportunities. So in conclusion, we have a unique program. And the unique program means that we have the block system, the academic degree plus professional experience, easy entry finances, self-financing through the CPT placement, and this growth of creativity and intelligence. And if it's a unique, it should have unique results. And yes, knowledge and experience, both of them, and self-growth plus finances. As I mentioned, the program's become very popular. We have about 400 students in every entry, 4 entries per year. Elaine Guthrie, my wife, will give another video that you can follow this with, talking about admissions and processes and finances. Elaine's here in the front with a group that she had just brought in, and behind it is our student union building with where dining and some classrooms are. Another large entry of 100. We have a beautiful, nice campus out in the country. It's a safe, peaceful, beautiful campus, and many students, actually they say they feel like this is their home now, their home in the U.S. This is another view of the dining hall in the main campus building, and on the left here is one of the computer science classroom buildings, and another one we have building classes in the library building, and another building off-site here. Okay? There are students from all around the world. We typically bring in 30 to 40 different countries in each entry and 70 to 80 different students from 70 to 80 different countries on campus at a time. Again, here's our student center. And upon completion of the program, students have both their MSCS degree and academic degree, an advanced degree, valuable experience with the American technology company, and have increased their intelligence. They've structured a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling, a new way of being through this program and its techniques. So thank you for your attention. More information is always available on our website and from any of the admissions people, and also on our website. Thank you.